Hey, and we are live. So it is Sunday night. You know what that means? It's time for Learning with Lynn. So I'm Lynn Huber.
And I'm Richard.
And this is Richard. I want to welcome you out today. If you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so we know you were here. I'm going to move some things around here. Hold on 1 minute and I will share my screen. Okay, so now you should be looking at my screen. And so today is March 21st, and today we're going to be talking about build your business by the numbers. But before we get started, I want to kind of walk you through this. This is my blog, onlinebeautybiz.com. This is where I do training for my team, but this training is available for all representatives. We believe in helping everybody. And so you're welcome to come here. If you're just getting started in your Avon business, you'll want to click on Getting Started up here in the top corner. Up in the top menu, and that will walk you through everything from how do I get paid to how much do I make to how do I know if I got an order and all of that. It's all in the Getting Started. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you guys. So this is my blog. On the left-hand side is the content area, and you'll see all of my posts. On the right-hand side is it's called the sidebar, and right here you can sign up to receive my emails. If you're not already receiving them, you can sign up here. Underneath that is a search. You can pretty much search for anything that you want to learn about, and anything that's tagged with those keywords will come up. Or we have categories. You literally can click on business building, featured article, general, let's get to something real, right? Leadership or online parties or anything like that, and anything that's tagged with that will come up. So if you're on the computer, it looks just like this. You have the main part, and then you have the right here, and then you have the sidebar here. If you're on your phone, the main part will be here, and there's about 7 posts, I think, and then the sidebar will be underneath. So literally, it just moves underneath. So if you're on your phone, you need to scroll down to the bottom, and you'll be able to find the search and the categories. Hi, Christina. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So this is my blog. So today we're going to talk about build your Avon business by the numbers. That's this post right here. So, you know, what are your goals for your Avon business? I mean, you know, whatever your goals are, you need to build your business by the numbers. That's the key to achieving them. And whatever it is, you're looking forward to earning a trip to Hawaii, or maybe you're looking to be invited to walk across the stage at the next Avon convention, you know, lights shining or team cheering, you know, you being honored for your outstanding accomplishments. All of these things you can have if you work your business by the numbers. Hi, Lana. Hi, Mary. Good to see you guys. So before we get into that, though, there's really only 4 steps to building your business. It's actually really simple. Now, when I say simple, that doesn't mean easy, but it is simple. It's not easy because you actually have to do it. And you have to get out of your head sometimes. So it's not always easy, but it's simple. It's just 4 different steps, right? Number 1, prospect for new customers and recruits. Number 2, get a brochure to every customer, every campaign. Number 3, follow up with every customer you gave a brochure to, every campaign. And number 4, you take the order, submit it to Avon, and deliver to your customer, or they go to your online store and they place the order. And then rinse and repeat. It's just that simple. So let's go through them. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. So the first one, prospecting for customers and recruits. So if you're brand new, we ask you to build a list of everyone you know. Get it down on paper, or get it in a spreadsheet, or however you prefer to do it. Just get it out of your head and put everyone you know on that list. And then your prospecting at this point is going to be working through your list. And you're just going to maybe say, I'm going to take 3 a day or 5 a day or whatever it is. And I'm going to call them or text them or email them or whatever. And you're just going to say, hi, guess what? I just started an Avon business. I'm really excited. Would you like to see a brochure? Right? And if they say yes, now you're going to put them on you're going to get a brochure to them. And now you're going to put them on your follow-ups, which we'll go into more detail in a few minutes. And so if you're brand new, you're just working through your list. But whether you're new or not, you should have, this list should be a living, breathing document, something that you work off of every day. You're adding names, you're deleting names, it's just a living, growing, breathing document, right? So if you're first brand new and you're working through your list, great, you've got all these names, 200 people to talk to. But once you get through that list, now you need to find people to talk to. You need new people to talk to. And that's what prospecting is all about. And so once you get them, then you're going to add them to your follow-ups, and then You're going to get a brochure to them every single campaign. That's whether it's digital or paper, it's up to you. But every campaign, everybody on your list gets a brochure. You don't get to go in your head and go, oh man, they haven't ordered in a while. What if they don't? What if I'm bugging them? You can't do that. You have to do the steps. You have to prospect, you have to get a brochure to everybody, and you have to follow up with everybody you gave that brochure to. So just before you place your order, a couple of days before, you're going to send a text or a message or email or however you do it and say, hey, my order goes in on Wednesday. If there's anything you want, let me know by Tuesday, or whatever the days are for you, right? And again, you don't get to go in your head and go, oh, if they wanted something, they would have ordered it. No, they wouldn't, because they're busy. They're busy, and they looked at the book, and there wasn't convenient for them to call you or text you or whatever at that time. And if you don't follow up, you're just wasting your efforts. Seriously, you're not going to get the business. And then you take the order, right? Hi, Denise. Good to see you. So we have a system to help you with this. It's our Daily 8 system. And basically, our Daily 8 system is a system to help you to do the things that you need to do to build your business. And so if you're in a job and you're working full time, you're basically working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for a total of 40 hours a week. Your goal is to capture 8 points a day, 5 days a week for a total of 40 points a week. So right here, it says print this sheet and use it to track your weekly points. I actually already printed, I pulled it up. This is your Daily 8. It's about 9 pages. You can read this. Hi, Anitra. You can read this, but really what you want is page 2. This is your tracking form. And you want to print this out, maybe print a bunch of copies and keep it near you so that you can track what you're doing. Because remember what I said, building your business is by the numbers. It's all about the numbers, and you got to get the numbers. So you're just going to put the week of whatever, today's date or Monday's date, however you want to do that. What days of the week are you going to work your business? So we suggest 5 days a week. At least, 8 points a day, 5 days a week, that's 40 points a week. So put the days in here, Monday, and it can be what you want. I mean, if you were going to spend more of your time on the weekends, maybe you might put Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe it might be Monday through Friday, or whatever works for you. And then you're just going to give yourself points for doing these things. So prospecting for customers, 1 point for every name. So if you're working through your list and you're brand new, you just started, and you call or text or email the first person on your list, and they say no, then that didn't count. We're not going to count that as a name because they didn't say yes, right? So if they say yes, I want a brochure, that's a point, right? Now you're going to move them to your follow-up list, and that's what we're talking about. And I really strongly suggest, it depends on how far you want to grow, how fast you want to grow. Really, you want to get, like I said, 8 points a day, but I would focus most of your points on the top third of this list. So 1 point for every name. If you can get 4 names a day or 5 names a day, man, you're way ahead of the game. But the key is being consistent. It's doing it every day, consistently. Prospecting for team members, same thing. We give you a point for every name. I only spell it out here because I want you to know that you can do customers and team members. You should be doing both to grow your business. And then the next one is follow up with potential customers. So you called them or you texted them or whatever. Maybe you met them in a grocery store and you gave them a book. So now 2 or 3 days after meeting them, you're just going to do a quick, hey, I met you at Walmart. I'm just checking back to see if there's anything I can do for you, right? And then now we're going to go in your regular follow-up. So now it's get a brochure to every customer. I only give you 1 point because we teach you to use systems. We teach you campaign mailer and to mail brochures, and it literally only takes you 2 minutes to schedule your mailing. So I give you 1 point. If you're driving around town delivering those brochures, you can give yourself more points. This is your business. You do what you want. The key is just to keep track of what you're doing and know your numbers, right? And work the numbers. So then you're gonna get a brochure. Now you're gonna do the follow-up text 2 to 3 days before your order's placed. And 1 point for that, because if you do that with Project Broadcast, again, it takes you 1 minute. If you are literally texting 100 people and it's taking you a couple of hours, give yourself more points. Because you're doing the effort, okay? This is, again, it's up to you. How much time are you spending on it? There's 8 hours in a day, so maybe it might be a good thing to say, well, an hour's worth of work is a point, I mean, you get a lot more points, actually, if you're prospecting, and if you meet 3 people in an hour, then you can have three points in an hour. But if you're like spending hours delivering orders or hours texting or whatever, maybe a point per hour. But that's up to you, however you want to do that, right? And then you're going to get a point for placing your order on avonnow.com. You're going to get another point for sorting and delivering your customer orders. And then we go into, so really, the first 2 really, prospecting and follow-up and getting a brochure to everybody. Those are the things you really, really want to focus on, because those are active income-producing activities. Now there's passive prospecting, putting brochures out door to door. That's not knocking on the door. That's just laying it on the porch or whatever, okay? Or social media. That's passive prospecting. And so I just give you an hour. I would just give you a point for doing that. If you're doing it for an hour or something, then give yourself a point. But you're not going to get the same results. Those things will still build your business. They're still helpful to you in building your business. You still want to do them. But it's the active, talking to people, that's going to get you one-on-one and follow-up one-on-one. That's going to get you more. That's going to help you build your business. So then we get into, if you do an event or a show, if you sponsor a representative, you get a point for every recruit. And then you get a point for training them, and then a point for reviewing your leadership reports once you're in leadership. And then business training. Training is important. So whether it's on our Sunday Lives or whether it's on Avon U, there's tons of training on Avon U that you want to go through. Avon Representatives Facebook page and the group, the social selling group. There's tons and tons of trainings that Avon has. They have Facebook Lives, they have webinars, all of those things. Those are important to build your business too. So give yourself a point for doing that, and a point for personal development, because you will only grow as fast as your personal development grows. So that's the basics of our daily 8. And if you do this and you work to get 8 points a day, 5 days a week, you will build your business. The key is you have to do it every day, every week, every month, consistently, and over time. That's what's going to build your business. That's working the numbers, right? 8 points a day, 5 days a week. Now, if you're looking to build a part-time business, you're not looking to really grow, hey, how many points you want to get, that's up to you. You could say, well, I just want to make some extra money for vacations or something, so maybe I'll just make a goal of 5 points a day, 3 days a week, or that's up to you. Again, I'm here to teach you how to build a big business, and you do what you want with that. Obviously, I hope you want to build a big business, because I'd love to help you do that. So we have a Daily 8 challenge. So right here, if you want to be a part of our Daily 8 challenge, click here to log your weekly numbers. Hi, Sherry. Did I say hi to you already? Hi. Yep. So, and Anitra says, I copy that every week. Yes, awesome. So here's our Daily 8. So this is just a Google form that you just fill out, your name, what campaign we're in, how many points did you earn? It's real simple. How many points did you earn? I hope you're tracking it every day. Keep that form near you. Every time you get those points, add them up, right? What were your wins this week? What did you accomplish or do well? Or what were you really proud of? Or what did you not do so well? And how can you do better next time? The reason those are in here is not so I can judge you, not so I can say you're doing good or you're not doing good or anything else. By you taking the minute it takes to fill this out, you've already determined what you need to do to be better. You already know, right? So what did you do well? Wow, this day I got a lot of points, and I wonder why I did that. Oh, because I did this and it worked really well for me. Boom, now you know to do that again, right? Or what did you not do so well? Well, this is the thing. Nobody is an expert. Nobody's born an expert, right? I don't care who you are. You have to be bad at something before you can get really good at it. And so if you go out and you talk to somebody and you throw up all over them, and you know what I mean, verbally, right? And you say all the wrong things, and you get home and you go, what did I not do so well? Well, you can think, oh man, I shouldn't have said that much. I said the wrong things. You already know that next time you're not going to do that. So you're going to do better. So this is for you more than it is for me, but also by telling me, then I can recognize you for it. And I might recognize you on Facebook. I might send you a card. I might send you an email if it's something maybe that you struggled with that I have some information that can help you. So this is just for me to support you. That's all this is. And it's your business. You're going to keep track of your points. You're either going to get the points or you're not. And if you get the points and you're honest about it, your business will grow over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but over time.
That's the tail of the tape right there.
What is it?
I said that's the tail of the tape right there. If you're actually doing the work, then you're going to get the results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this is, I mean, there's really no point in filling it out, right, if you're not going to do it. But I'm here to support you. And you don't have to be on my team, you guys. This is for everybody. I support every representative. I didn't have support when I started. Actually, I was signed up by a district manager, and she said, give me your money and sign here. And who do you know that I can recruit? That was like the extent of my appointment. She begged me for names, and I didn't give her any. But that was the extent of my training, you guys. I had no support. I had no help. And Richard and I paid a lot of money to go to a lot of trainings in network marketing in general and direct sales in general. And we learned the hard way, and we scrapped our way up. And so I really believe that what I have to share is yours. If I have knowledge, it's yours. What you do with that is up to you, right? But I'm here to support you. So don't forget to join our Online Beauty Biz Facebook group if you're not already in there. I know most of you guys all are, the ones that I see on here today. But this is our group, so be sure to join that. And so let's get into building our Avon business by the numbers. So whether you're building your Avon business full-time or you're investing just a couple hours a week, if you have big goals for your business, you need to learn to build your business strategically rather than by accident. Your business is never going to grow by accident. It just doesn't work. And you can't get books out this week and then don't do anything for a couple of weeks and then get books out again and think that's going to work for you. It doesn't. It doesn't. You have to track your numbers. You have to know where you stand. You have to do the activity that it takes to be successful. And if you look at the highly successful Avon representatives that are, in Avon, right? And you ask them the secret to their success, you're going to find that almost all of them are going to give you the same answer. It's because they focused on the numbers and they focused on being consistent. Those are the two most common success traits of top Avon representatives. In fact, Richard and I went to a leadership training in Ohio just before COVID started. And Lydia, is her name Lydia?
Yeah, Lydia O'Reilly.
Lydia O'Reilly, yeah. She was doing, Avon brought her in to talk to us, and she showed us, and I'm not kidding, it's like, wow, when I saw that, I thought, wow, I'm on the right track. Because she showed us these cards that she had. She literally tracked her numbers every single day. She tracked what her team sales were every single day. And now I do the same thing. I do it in a spreadsheet. She did it on the back of a card. She hand wrote them. But she showed me years of her tracking. So on the first Monday of the campaign, this is what her team sold. On the first Tuesday of the campaign, this is what her team sold. So there's 14 days in a campaign. So would be campaign 7, day 1, sells this. Campaign, or day 2, sells this. And how many recruits they got. She tracked those numbers, and she is highly successful. She's huge in Avon. She bought an airplane recently. So yeah, she's got to be making some money. So it's all about being there. And I know Sandy's on here, and Sandy's all about the numbers, so she gets us. But Anitra says, that seems to be how I was signed up, LOL. Yeah, Anitra had a friend sign her up, but then her friend went away and quit selling. So I get it, right? So I know that that might sound scary, right? Because most of us would rather do just about anything than crunch the numbers. But setting goals and knowing where you stand and doing the money-making activities are what's going to help you build that business. You can't build it by accident. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen. People aren't going to, Sandy says, see, I called her out. Sandy said it's always about the numbers. It is. That's what Sandy does for a living. She does numbers. But knowing your numbers is what's going to result in higher sales, more recruits, and earning more Avon incentives. So I'm going to try and help you to make it easier, to help you make it easier to track your numbers. Okay, so first off, the daily 8. Do that, track that every day, work to get 8 points, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's move on.
Let me just say, if we owned a pizza business and you didn't track your sales, you wouldn't know when to make pizzas. It's always amazing to me. I've never been I've been in the food industry, but not in the restaurant business. And it always amazes me that they know how many steaks to have at a certain time and that. But let's say you have a pizza place and you didn't know how many pizzas you sold a day, or you didn't realize that you sold 100 pizzas at lunchtime and none of them at 3 o'clock, but then you sold 300 of them at 6 o'clock at dinner time. If you don't have these numbers, you're not going to have a successful business. And it's the same thing with Avon. We have certain numbers that we need to know, you need to know in your business to make it successful.
He's absolutely right. And if you're a pizza parlor, if you don't know how many pizzas you're selling, you're not going to know how many bags of pizza crust dough that you need, and you're not going to know how many servers you're going to need and people on staff. You know, you're not going to know any of that, right? So what does working your numbers really mean? It means that making sure that every day, every week, every campaign, you do the money-making activities, because these are the things that are going to bring you more business, right? So that means you're talking to enough people so that you're assured to receive the sales and recruits that you need to grow your business. So how many is enough? Well, first you need to know what your goals are. That's where you got to start, right? So how much do you want to earn this year or this month or this campaign? Here's a link. Check out this training on how to set goals. We've kind of touched on this every week now for a while. This is our goal setting plan, and it's the magical goal setting. There's a whole video, our Facebook Live. You can watch that here. And I literally walk you down through how much do you want to make? What do you need to do to make it? So you'll want to go through that if you don't know what your goals are. Okay, but or are you looking to earn the Avon trip? If you're looking to go to Hawaii, I said currently Hawaii because you might be reading this sometime in the future. That goal setting is going to do the same thing. It's going to help you to earn that trip. It's going to help you to break it down. So you need to then go, okay, so how much do I need to sell in order to make the amount of money I want to make, right? And then you want to break it down to how many customer orders you need per day in order to earn the income that you desire or earn the trip or whatever your goals are. So how many customer orders do you need? So now that you know how many orders you need and you have a goal to aim for. So now you just keep talking to people until you reach that goal for the day. So you break it down, and in that sales training about your goals, I literally broke it down to where you needed, like, it depends on your goals, but in some cases you needed 1.7 sales a day, 1.7 orders a day. We broke it down to an average customer order was $25. So you need 1.7 customers a day in order to earn the level that we were talking about on that training. So that's pretty easy, right? You know that you need 2 orders a day, basically. So then you keep calling people, or you keep following up, or you keep doing whatever until you get those 2 orders. How easy is that? Then you know if you made it or you didn't, right? And if you didn't, we need to track. You also need to track it. So make a grid with the days of the month, or put it on your calendar. I have a desk calendar, whatever you have. If you have a calendar on the wall, every single day, write down how many orders did I get? Or you could do it by sales. If you know that you need $50 in sales a day, write down, I got $50. Today I got $48. Tomorrow I got $62. Whatever it is, write it down. Because then every day you can look at, well, I didn't quite make the number today, but I can make up for it tomorrow. So you always know where you stand, always. And if you miss your goal one day, you make it up over the next couple of days. So maybe your goal is 2 orders, and maybe today you didn't get any orders, and you tried. Well, there's no reason to beat yourself up. You just didn't get any orders. So then you know that maybe over the rest of this week, you need to get an extra 2 orders in the next couple of days in order to catch up so that you're not behind. But see, you know where you stand. Doesn't that make a whole lot more sense than waiting until a week before the Hawaii trip ends and go, oh crap, I'm $10,000 short, right? This is how you do. So you can adjust all the time. You can just adjust, right? So work the daily 8 system daily, right? It lays out your money-making activities. Make sure that you're earning the points that you need to grow your business, right? Start with a goal of earning 8 points a day. If you want to really build your business, I would seriously work on that 8 points a day. If once you can do that comfortably, or if you want to grow more quickly, then add more points. Say, I'm going to get more than that. I'm going to, maybe, or you could just say, I'm going to talk to, or I'm going to get 3 names a day. I'm going to get 5 names a day. I know I mentioned this last week, but Tina, who's on my team, she had a goal that she was going to get 3 names a day. And she was coming to our sales meeting, and it was in the evening. And she knew that after the sales meeting, we'd probably hang out there, or it would be late or whatever, and she wouldn't get them. And she was on her way to the sales meeting, and she didn't have her 3 names yet. And she's like, what can I do to get these 3 names before I get to the sales meeting? And so she said she was driving, and she looked behind her. She saw a bus stop ahead of her, and she looked in her rearview mirror, and there was no bus behind her. So she just zipped right into the bus stop, got out of her car. There was a bunch of people standing there, and said, I have Avon books. Who wants one? And she gave out Avon books, and she collected the contact information for 3 people. So boom, she made her goal. It's all about doing that, right? It's about doing it and making a commitment that you won't go to bed until you make it happen. And so schedule work to get 8 points a day, or if you want to grow faster, work to get more. Schedule time in your calendar to prospect for customers and recruits, right? And then be sure to follow up with every person that you gave a brochure to 2 or 3 days after that you first gave them the brochure, and then be sure to add them into your follow-up system. So if we click this, add them into your follow-up system, this will take you to our automate your follow-ups. This is our follow-up system that we use and we teach, and how much of this you want to use is up to you. But and there's a whole training on it here. You can watch that video. But, you know, Richard and I, when we first started our business, we didn't have a lot of time. We were both working jobs where we were working 70, 80 hours a week. I was commuting, I'm not kidding, an hour and a half each way. So 3 hours a day I was commuting to my job. And so we found ways to do it. We used to bulk mail. I mean, eventually we started bulk mailing, because what would happen is we would reach a point where we'd hit a ceiling. We couldn't grow anymore because we didn't have any time. And Richard was delivering brochures on his 1 day off. He was delivering them all over the city. And then we got to where we couldn't grow anymore because he couldn't deliver any more brochures, and we couldn't get out and meet more people. So we started bulk mailing. And now that's morphed into, we use campaign mailer rather than bulk mailing. So it's all in here. We use campaign mailer, right? And then I started automating my follow-ups, because, you know, I couldn't call customers at 11 o'clock at night. And I knew how important it was to make those follow-ups. And so I, back then, found a service. I don't even remember the name of it, but now I use Dial My Calls. But this is, the Dial My Calls is only for people that don't have cell phones, you can't text. Back then, when I was doing this, there wasn't really cell phones. Not very few people had them. And so you were calling, right? And so I would use this. So I still use Dial My Calls for my little old ladies that don't have cell phones, that just have landlines. And it's just a pre-recorded message. It's like, really, it tells you, lays it all out right here. Hi, this is Lynn, your Avon lady. Just a friendly reminder, my order's going in this Wednesday. My phone number is, and if you'd rather not receive these messages, please let me know. Thanks and have a great day. Keep it really short. I keep it under 30 seconds because with Dial My Calls it's cheaper. I think it's only 1 point or something if it's under 30 seconds. And I explain all that here. For texting, I use Project Broadcast. And so all of my customers are in, I have like a lot of different lists, but for my customers, I have 2 different lists in Project Broadcast. They're tagged with tags. So I have the ones that I take their orders and I deliver to, they're tagged as customers. And then I have my Avon book list that's tagged as Avon book list. And so those people are the text where I text the brochure. And so at the beginning of the campaign, I text them, well, the digital book list, I text them, hey, welcome to campaign 8. You know, it's online in my store. Here's a link, and it will be live until this date. And that's my first text. That's the one that goes out to the Avon book list. And then about 3 days before the end of the campaign, I text them again and go, hey, just a reminder, campaign 8 is going to be ending. Monday's the last day. If there's anything you want out of this brochure, you might want to get it ordered by Monday, because the brochure will turn over to campaign 9 on Tuesday. So that's what I do for my Avon book list. For my Avon customers, I text them this, hi, this is Lynn with Avon. Quick reminder, my campaign, whatever order goes in on Wednesday. If I can order anything for you, please let me know by tomorrow. I send this out on Monday. Your days will depend on what day you place your order. And so anyway, and here's how I do that, right? This all laid out here. And here's the deal. I don't care how good your intentions are, how much you think, oh no, I'm going to go ahead and text all my customers one at a time. First, let me back up 1 second for those that don't have this. on Project Broadcast, you text it to a whole group of customers at one time. It's like sending to a group, except they don't go as a group, they go individually. So you just send it to that group. Project Broadcast actually texts them, I think like a minute apart, each person, and it texts them all separately. And so they're individual messages, but you only had to spend 1 minute to send it, right? And maybe you think I'll just text them myself. You can, but I mean, if you have 100 people on your list, how long is that going to take you to text them? And are you really going to get through it? And are you going to do it every 2 weeks like clockwork? That's the key, is are you going to do that? It's the same thing with getting brochures to everybody. I mail my brochures to everybody. I don't care if she lives next door. She's going to get it in the mail, because then I don't have to think about who got a book and who didn't. Everybody gets a book, and I know that everybody gets a book. And so it's me working my numbers, right? I know that they get a book. I know that they get a text follow-up, and then they call me or text me with their orders, or they place their order online, and boom, my business is growing, right? So just make sure, right? Schedule the time in your calendar to prospect, follow up with every person, make sure every customer gets a brochure, every campaign. Be sure to schedule your follow-ups every campaign, and you're the one that determines your success by the effort you put into your business. And then systemize your business whenever possible. I just walked through all of that with you already. You know, use Campaign Mailer, use Project Broadcast, use Dial My Calls. All of those things will help you systemize your business for a lot of reasons. Number one, it frees you up to be prospecting. And next week, we're going to talk more about prospecting. But by systemizing it, it frees you up to be prospecting. And that's how you build your business, because it's always in the new. You need to always bring in new people, new customers, new recruits. It's always in the new. And it frees you up to maybe spend more time with your kids if that's what you want. But the other thing is, our systems get you out of your head. No longer are you going through and texting people, and you're going through your list and you're going, okay, I need to text Susan. Oh man, you know, I've texted her 10 times and she hasn't responded. I don't want to be a bug. That isn't going to help your business, you guys. You keep texting her and you keep following up until she tells you to stop, or you read her obituary. And I don't mean to make fun of that, but I mean, you keep texting. Your job is to do the tasks. Your job is not to guess what she might be thinking. If she wants to order from you, she will order. And if you send her just a quick text and you're not pushing, you're not saying buy this, buy this, buy this, then you're not being pushy. And I don't think she's going to be offended by it. And if she wants you to stop, she'll tell you to stop. And if she does, don't let that hurt your feelings. She just isn't interested. And it saves you having to worry about her, right? And you just keep looking for the new. And so it does a lot of things, making sure these things happen. Hi, Patty. Aloha. Good to see you.
Let me just say real quick, she went over it kind of quick, and this is something that we get a lot of kind of weird questions about, but we pick a certain day. We've always ordered, because of how it's set up when we first started with Avon, we always order on the very first day you can order. You have 14 days during 2 weeks that you can order your Avon, and then you'll receive it at a certain date, where depending on where you live around the United States. It's really critical to have a set date, because then all the other stuff in your business becomes simple. Because if you're always placing your order on that, in our case, on that Wednesday, we know we need to send the message out on a Monday, and we collect the orders on Tuesday, we place the order Wednesday. For us, we get them a week later. It would kind of be like, and it makes it nice, not only for you, simplifies it for you, but it mainly simplifies it for your customers. If you, let's just say there's a train that you didn't have a car and you had to take a train into town once a week. And the first week, you know, they said it leaves at Monday at noon, and you know you could catch the train. It only goes in once a week. Well, they said it on Monday. Well, what if the train station decided to change it, and next week they didn't do it on Monday, they just did it on Wednesday? Well, you wouldn't have known that, or on Friday or Tuesday, or always switching it around. They get confused, and people don't use the system. And so it not only helps us, but it mainly helps our customers, because they know that no one will probably have in the back of their mind that we're going to be letting them know our orders going in. And also, more important, they know that when we say we're going to deliver it on the following Friday, they know it's going to be there on the following Friday. Because we've heard so many stories through the years where customers didn't know when they were going to get their order, or they ordered from the rep and then they never heard back from them. They had to call them 3 times to find out where's my order.
Yeah, when we get an order, I always respond back with hey, thanks for your order. Here's your total. We let the customers pay when we deliver. That's because I've been doing Avon for 20 years and my customers are used to that, and that's how it is. If you're new, you have to pay for your order when you place your order. So, it would be you call them or you text them and you go, here's your total. How would you like to pay for that? Right? And you just get to collect their money. You could do it through Square. You could do it through PayPal. You could do it through, I think, even Facebook Messenger. You can send money. There's Venmo. There's lots of different ways to get their money, or they can leave a check under the mat and you can pick it up, whatever. So that's a different subject. But yes, you probably want to collect the money. But anyway, I say, hey, thank you for your order. Here's your total. We will be delivering approximately, and I give them Friday's date. I place my order on Wednesday night. Sometimes I get it a week later on Wednesday, but sometimes it doesn't come in until Thursday. So I don't promise my customer anything before Friday because I don't want to promise them and not deliver. We tend to over deliver, under promise and over deliver, right? So, but Richard's absolutely right. And when you have a set day, like the first Wednesday of every campaign, we do it the first day of the campaign, so that's the first Wednesday of every campaign, or it could be Monday, whatever it is. If you do it that way, then you know that every other Wednesday you'll be placing an order. So what does that mean? That means I have a task in my little task manager. Every other Wednesday I place an order. I also have a task every other Friday. I have a task that says set up the reminders to go out on Monday. So on Friday, I schedule them. It takes me 2 minutes. And then at 10 o'clock on Monday morning, my voicemails go out, my texts go out, my emails go out. It's all scheduled already. Boom. It goes out on Monday. So it's just that way. I just have these. So it's in my calendar as a repeating event. Every other Friday, I schedule them. Every other Wednesday, I place my order, and so on, right? Every other Wednesday, I post a new brochure online. I mean, I have tasks for all of that.
Yeah. We may sound like we're really idiosyncratic, but we are. But we are. But really, it simplifies it not only for us, but it simplifies it for our customers too. Because not only are we busy, and we can forget things, but customers are busy too. And if they know with consistency that they can place an order and know they'll get it the following week, and that I'll be there, that I'll be calling on that Friday, so they know not to be running around town or whatever, it just simplifies it for everybody.
For those of you that are afraid to do the follow-ups, I think most of you on this call are not. Because you've been following us for a while. But for those of you that have been that are a little nervous about doing the follow-ups, let me put it a different way. Really important. How bad would you feel? Now I place my order every other Wednesday. Okay. Remember I said I don't receive it until sometimes the next Thursday. So it's like 8 days from the time I place my order. Okay. How would it feel then if on Thursday, like, okay, you sent out, if I didn't remind them on Monday that my order was going in on Wednesday, and then on Thursday they called me with an order, I would feel horrible, and I do get those orders still. I would feel horrible because now they're going to have to wait 3 to 4 weeks before they're going to receive that order from me. When just by letting them know that, hey, my order goes in on Wednesday, be sure to let me know by Tuesday if you want anything, you've let them know. So you have done your part. And so that's what you need to look at it as. I have done what I need to do to provide the best customer service I can for you. And then at that point, if your customer got your text and they didn't text you until Thursday, they already knew they missed your order. So it's not on you at that point. Do you see what I'm saying? It's about providing good customer service. So, hey, so I know that you're busy, right? Probably too busy. You want to grow your business and earn money, but you also need to be taking care of your current customers and you want to keep them happy. And then along the way, the whole reason you're selling Avon is so you can spend more time with your kids, or so that you don't have to work 40 hours a week, or whatever it is that you're working towards. And so when you have an automated system in place, you're going to have more time to do the things that you need to do. You're going to enjoy more flexibility in your schedule. You're going to have more time to build your business or spend with your kids. You're going to be able to stop worrying about repetitive administrative tasks and focus on strategic work that matters most, the work that only you can do. Because why do you need to sit there and copy and paste a text to 200 people when you can just let a service do it? And with Project Broadcast, it's only 2 cents a text. We're not talking a lot of money. It's 2 pennies a text. It's definitely worth it. Isn't that worth it to free up your time? What it would take you to text all those people, right? And then with the system, you can feel confident in the level of service you're providing your customers because the system is going to run without you or with you, right? The system isn't going to get sick. It doesn't forget. It doesn't drop the ball. It doesn't get interrupted by your children or your family. Those systems are going to provide the same level of service over and over. The fact that we have had systems in place all these years have allowed us to, we went on a cruise for 2 weeks to Hawaii, from LA to Hawaii, around the islands and back to LA. It was 2 weeks with our friends, and our customers didn't even know we were gone because our system handled everything. Yeah, I had to get on from the ship and I had to schedule my reminders and all that. But I mean, you could even schedule them before you leave. But also because we have a system, when my mom was dying, I was in the hospital with her, or I would be called at a drop of a hat. You need to come in. I need to take my mom to the doctor, whatever. I could do those things and I could be available for her because the system's freed up my time. So this is huge. And then the system's going to let you work less for even more sales and more time to gain new customers and recruits. And at the same time, systems is going to help your customers to have a better experience because it's going to establish expectations, just like what we were just talking about, and boundaries and clear roles. And so they get a text a couple of days before your order goes in. So they have no question about when they need to get their order to you or when they can expect it to be delivered. They know already. Anitra says, I know, I'm way busy. We all are, you guys, all of us.
That's the nature of humans now. We're busier than we've ever been.
So offer the Avon business opportunity to everyone you meet, right? What's wonderful about building your business by the numbers is that it's simple, it's repeatable, and it keeps you focused on your efforts rather than the results. What matters is you taking the activity, not so much the results. The results will come if you keep doing the activity. So when you're working a simple system, it's easy to teach that same system to your new team members and get them off to a great start. So you don't have to feel like, I can't be a leader because I don't know how to lead. Because if you're working a simple system, then you just teach your new team members how to do exactly that. And as you become more skilled at sharing the opportunity, your closing ratio will improve and your team will grow even faster. And the larger your team, the more income and freedom you're going to enjoy. So Mary says, true story. Did special delivery of brochures just today. Had a customer call me right after I left saying she had an order waiting for me since campaign 4. My bad. Uh-oh.
Lesson learned there, huh?
So there you go. Mary didn't do the follow-up.
Yep.
Eventually, you're lucky actually, Mary, that she told you, that she called you, because if it's been 4 campaigns, she might have been cleaning her house and picked up the brochure and went, oh, that's expired, and thrown it away, and you wouldn't even have got the order. So I'm glad she called you. But yes, it's true. It is true. Thanks for sharing that, Mary. That's really, really profound. Thanks for sharing. So be consistent. Being consistent is what's going to bring you the success you're looking for. It's the consistency that makes all the difference. Consistency runs deep through all your business practices, and it can make a real impact on how your business grows. You can have the best, most perfect strategy in the world, but if you aren't consistent, it won't do you any good, right? And consistency plays a role in how you interact with your customers, what you post on social media, your marketing strategy. All of those is about consistency. So that's why I have little notes in my task list that every other Monday I post the new brochure on Facebook, because I see it's about being consistent. Every other Wednesday I post the new brochure. I have these things I do, and I'm consistent with it. And think about it. Think about your daily life. How consistent are you in paying your bills, buying your groceries, or feeding your family every week? I mean, if you weren't consistent and you weren't paying your bills regularly, it wouldn't take long for your lights to be shut off, right? Or your car to be repossessed or whatever. So you're consistent with those things. You need to do the same thing with your business. You need to set work hours and actually work them. You need to schedule your time wisely and stick to the schedule. Yes, your hours and days might be flexible, but you still need to accomplish all the goals, tasks, and chores that you need to do for your business. However you do it. Flexible doesn't mean you don't have to do it. It just means you get to choose when you're going to do it. So the key is how are you going to fit that into your day and still have all the freedom that you want, right? So setting a goal to get, for instance, contact information for 3 new people every day, and doing that every day, and then being sure to get them a new brochure every campaign and following up every campaign, that's the key to your success. Remember, when you do the work consistently, the results will always come. And then you're going to be amazed at what your business looks like a year from now, or even 6 months from now. You're going to look back while you're enjoying that drink that I'm going to buy you in Hawaii with all of your Avon friends. You're going to look back and go, man, my business has really grown over this year. And now I'm in Hawaii and I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. How cool is that?
On that consistency thing, two stories. The first one I'll say is, I've said this many times. If you get, let's just say you go out and you're able to get one good customer a week and one recruit to sign up on your team a week. If you do that consistently every single week throughout a whole year, at the end of the year, you'd have 52 new customers and 52 new team members. Can you imagine what an impact that would have on your sales and on your team growth? It's incredible. Just it's not very much in a small sense. The other story is just real quick. Years ago, we were at an event, had about 500 people in the audience. And there are about 250 people sitting on one side and 250 on the other, with an aisle down the center. And Jordan Adler said, "I want to do a quick little study here." He said, "Everybody stand up, and the group on this side, I want the people in the front row, when I say go, to turn around and tap and point at the person behind them. And then that person turns around and points to the person behind them. I want everybody in the room to do this, except this side, I want to just keep going. Don't stop. This side here, I'm going to be saying start, stop, start, stop. And we'll see who gets to see what happens, who gets to the back of the room the fastest." Well, he did it, and it took like 15 seconds. And this side here, they didn't have to stop. They buzzed to the back. This side here, they turned around, they pointed at the person started to turn around to point at the next one, and Jordan said stop, and he said go, and they pointed to the next one. They only got about a third of the way through, 250 people, and the other one just buzzed right through. Within 15 seconds they were done.
I think it was a lot more than 250 people. But anyway.
But the point is, and it's just like on your team, just one person a week. Sounds like nothing, but if you have one customer and one recruit a week, your team would just grow exponentially. And your goal is to do more than that. But it's just, to me, it's just phenomenal. We tend to underestimate on things like that.
The key, though, is that getting one new customer a week is going to take you talking to a whole lot more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk to a lot of people. So Richard's absolutely right. I mean, if you can sign up a new recruit on your team every week, in a year, you're not going to recognize your business, and you teach them to do the same thing. And you teach them how to work these simple systems, and you're not going to recognize your business in a year. And it's the same thing, though, with customers. If you can get a new customer every campaign, because people aren't going to, some customers will order every campaign, but they're few and far between, right? Mostly a customer might order every 2 or 3 or 4 campaigns. So you want to keep bringing in new so that you always have more people and more people. And as you're doing that, you're going to grow how many more people are buying. And maybe your sales right now, maybe you're struggling to get $150 or $200. But if you keep doing that, just bringing in one new customer, that's talking to 3 people a day or whatever it takes to do that. In 6 months from now, you might be doing $2,000 a campaign. The key is just keep growing, keep talking. It's always in the new.
And the beauty of this is that if you consistently do this, if you're consistently recruiting for customers and team members, you're going to get better at it. Initially, you might only be able to. You might have to talk to 20 people to get one customer, or 20 people to get one new team member, and then as you learn to say the right things, or learn to say and do things better, you're going to get better and better at it. It's like Jim Rohn said, it's kind of like a batting average. At first you only get 1 out of 10, but after a while you get better and better. You start getting 2 out of 10, and then 3 out of 10, and 4 out of 10, and you grow exponentially. But that comes with consistent growth.
Yeah. So Sandy says,
yeah,
free cocktails in Hawaii, my why. And
meet you at the Slam Bar.
And Mary's already drinking her cocktails.
She's got the umbrella in her drink already.
So it really is about the numbers, you guys. If you figure out what your numbers are and you figure it out. Another story Jim Rohn talks about, he says, if I'm in a, Richard started on this, but he says, if I'm in a contest with you and you're a master recruiter and you can sign up 9 out of 10 people, so you talk to 10 people and you sign up 9, I can beat you. Because how I beat you is I get 1 for every 10 I talk to. So I talk to 100 and I get 10. You talk to 10 and you got 9. So I'm going to beat you because I'm going to talk to more people. It's really all about the numbers. So once you know how much however you want to work it out, if it's how many sales, how many orders do you need a day, or how much in dollars do you need a day, figure that out and know what it is. Write it on your calendar every day. Today I got $35 in sales. Today I got $50 in sales. Or today I got 2 orders. Or today I got 1 order. When I did that training that's up here, if you want to go back and watch that training, I based it on a $25 order. But there are going to be times when you're going to have $100 orders. And so how cool is that? You got 1 order that's $100. Maybe your goal was to get $50 a day. Well, you kind of wiped out 2 days. I mean, I wouldn't stop because keep that in the bank, because there are going to be days when you might not get any, or you might only get 20 or whatever. But the idea is, if you can say, I talked to my 3 people today, I got 3 customers today, or I got 3 names today, or I got 2 orders, or I got $50 in sales, and you write that down every single day, you know where you stand and you're tracking the numbers and you know where they are. Now that I'm tracking my team sales numbers every campaign, I can see where was I day 3 of the last 10 campaigns. How do I stand in relation to those? That already tells me what kind of a campaign I'm going to have, and whether I need to push harder or whether I'm doing good or what. You always need to know where you stand, and so the numbers are so critical. And Sandy says, yes, I will talk to 100. I will work harder and win. I know you will, girl. You will. So that's what I have. Let me come back to us. Boom. All right. So that's what we have for this week. Next week, we're going to talk more about prospecting. I know a lot of people want help with that. So I'm going to talk about prospecting. So same time, same place next week. We will see you then. I hope you guys had a great week today. I hope that you were on the Avon Live. That was pretty cool. And I hope you enjoyed that. And I know that it was a huge success, and so Avon is going to do more. Mm-hmm. So those are great events to help you get more customers, promoting that live. That was awesome, actually. And there's some things coming up. There's the Higdon thing. Those of you that were at the
virtual convention.
The virtual convention, what was it called?
In January.
Weekend, the kickoff. The virtual kickoff. If you got to recruit, then you're invited to the Higdon thing. That's coming up on the 31st. And there's also an In Focus coming up, and I don't remember the date. It's next week, though. So look for that. It's an In Focus, which is another training Avon's doing on recruiting. So you'll want to get on that. And some of the top recruiters are going to be on that, sharing their tips. So that's what I have for you guys. Have an amazing week, and we will see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Talk to you then.
Have a fun week with your business. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.